Hey everybody, how is it going today? It's Colin here, half of Two Sides of the Spurs podcast. Jamie's unavailable today, but in his place, I've got the robed Adrian. Adrian, what's up, buddy?
I'm fine. Looking forward to the game. I'm sure we'll get into it. Yeah, I'm fine.
Absolutely. Well, it's good to see you. Good to be back. I haven't done a stream in ages, so I just wanted to say to everybody watching, thanks for tuning in. It is good to have you guys here. And it's always fun to do this. Good to be here. I did want to point out, guys, that no longer doing the YouTube affiliation due to some stuff, basically some copyright problems. But if you do want to support the channel, there is a Patreon link where you could become a Patreon member. And there's also something called Buy Me a Coffee. And in case you don't want to do the whole monthly thing, you can just do a one-time donation to the channel. So we'd really appreciate it. And speaking of which, Chris Peters has become our first Patreon member today, right before the show started. So big up to Chris Peters. Thank you, sir, for your continued support. I appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well, Chris. And look who we've got. We've got some people in the chat already. You'll love to see it. Ryan G's here. Says, good afternoon, guys. Good to have you back. Good to be back, Ryan. It is good to be back, bro. Good to have you. Johnny Bethnal Green is saying hello, Colin. And I'm sure he is saying hello to you too, Adrian. Big up, Johnny. Hope you're well. Hope you're keeping everybody in line. Chris Peters, the man of the hour, saying afternoon. What's up, Chris? Hope you're excited for this match today. I know we sure are. Who else we got? Yeah, Ryan says, hope Jamie's doing well. Yeah, he is doing better and better every day. So thank you for asking, and he will be happy to know that. We got Dan in the house saying big up. He's on loan to Liverpool. I must have missed that. When did you go on loan, Dan? Let us know. Wayne Bonner in the house saying, sup, everyone. Hope you're all ready, well and ready for what's to come in this game. And yeah, I'm excited. I don't know what's to come. Wayne, but we'll definitely jump into that. Definitely jump in. And look who we've got. It's the man himself. Jose, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Good afternoon, my man Colin. Glad to see you back on screen.
It feels nice.
Me and Jose have been having some banter over what is going to be. It was widely reported recently. I don't know if you've seen it, Jose, because we've been having banter over the Man City 115 charges. Jose thinks they're going to be rewarded, right? And all given like free holidays in the Bahamas. And I said, no, they're going to get absolutely battered. We'll wait and see how that pans out. But on that, you were talking about your memberships earlier, Colin. I mean, like Spurs diehards, we could have monetized months ago because we got over 7,000 watch hours, right? We really wanted to get to 1,000 subscribers and get more in the chat channel because they're the ones in the chat and the viewers are the ones that count, not the amount of numbers you've got, right?
100%.
I've been asked. I mean, I had a few messages when you're taking memberships. Well, we were going to do it in June. I haven't spoken to Ian or Ellie, see what they're doing. But we may bring it a bit forward because the cost of StreamYard's gone up. And if you can get something that contributes to the cost of the channel prior to monetizing rather than wait to June, it might be helpful. You know what I mean? It would be helpful. You know, let's not lie about it. It would be helpful.
It helps on the wallet for sure. StreamYard. I don't know if anyone who doesn't stream is aware or not. But StreamYard's base package went up from like $25 to like almost $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
you get a discount if you pay the annual fee, right? It's quite a good discount. It's one of them false things, really. You know, like you see a sale, it says 50% off in a sale. It's just absolutely rubbish. It never is 50% off. It's the original price. You know, con people into thinking they're getting a good deal. You know.
Yeah, that is life. That is life, absolutely. But yeah, guys, I know that Jose's got places to be.
Yeah, I was saying hello, Colin. It's nice to see you back. Colin asked me to do a show today, but I'm already elsewhere today on another show, so I couldn't do it. So I did say to him, get some other people on, and it's good to have you back. Be out there on the screen. Show your face. Show your face, Cole. Look at that. Look, you've got the dad saying it as well. Exactly what I said to you on the phone to you is what people are saying in the chat. I'm glad to hear it. And the Oracle, have you survived from your birthday celebrations?
Yeah, I had a few beers. That was it.
I was at it. So you didn't drink the red wine and stuff like that.
We didn't have any wine left.
Oh, red wine. That's a hangover in a bottle right there.
I was given bottles as presents, like, but I drank it before I got to their birthday.
That's the reason why I was asking. Anyway, you lot are going to talk about this match today, aren't you?
We sure are. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't give my result because I'm on another show doing that. But all I've got to say is that there's bare bones and there's marrow We're on the marrow now. We're on the marrow now. We've gone past the bones all the flesh of the bones have been eaten, and we're now just into the marrow in between the bones.
Yeah, the back 8 pits themselves. It's just the front 3. You could vary really, but I'm sure we get into that.
Definitely. I
did quite a large post today in my group and actually in the other WhatsApp groups as well. Bit long, but
in every group. Yeah, it was a bit long. It was like War and Peace again, weren't it?
Yeah, another Tolstoy epic. Yeah.
You let this man start talking or typing, and he just goes and goes.
I just do them when in the mood. I don't do them all the time because the group keeps me busy enough. You know what I mean? So
you sent me a picture, Colin, about your setup whilst you were working.
Oh yeah, I did.
And I thought, listen, guys, all I've got to say to you is Colin's got it on lockdown. He had a professional setup. He's got 2 screens for work, and then his third one is a TV, I think it was. And the fourth one, watching one game of football on that one. And his fourth one was a laptop, watching a separate game of football on that one. So he had 4 screens on the burn at one go. Are they new headphones?
Yes, new headphones as well.
Obviously, I didn't see a picture of your headphones because you were showing me everything else. But your headphones look smart as well, mate. So thanks, look buddy. At Colin. Colin's gone up, man. Colin's a pro. That's all we got to say. In both life, work, and social, Colin is a pro.
I got the little flags up here. That was a Christmas gift from my mom, by the way. So, Mom, if you're watching, thanks for the flags. But yeah, so gone pro, and glad to have you guys here. But Jose, you've got to go, don't you? You've got just a few minutes.
Yeah, no, I've got myself ready. I'm ready to go into the other studio. So I've got myself ready. But what I've done is I switched the camera off and muted myself. So when I leave here, I can jump into the other studio straight away.
I love it.
And not be late, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Well, good deal. Smart man. So first thing I wanted to talk about, let's just jump into stuff. And Jose, whenever you got to go, you just go, my man.
Well, in that case, you might have to let me go first because Adrian will not give me a chance to speak again.
Hey, truth is truth. But guys, we've been struggling domestically. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. I don't think anyone has missed that. Yeah, so just how important are these cup games to salvaging our season? Jose?
I don't know about salvaging the season, but for me, everything has a knock-on effect, and we need to start winning games, whatever competitions they're in. We need to start winning games and stringing results together, because if you string results together, then it provides further energy. It provides positiveness, and you take that winning feeling with you into the next game. And you win. If you win again, you take that into your next game, and you've got to start building. So we've said it for a long time. Instead of having W's once every 6 or 7 weeks or 8 weeks, and loads of L's in there, and what we need to have is more W's, one after the other.
Absolutely.
So for me, they're all important. Doesn't matter what match we're playing. Every single match is important.
Yeah,
and the dogs agree.
Yeah, I know. But when you're looking at adversity, today is the most adversity we've got, because today is the day that we've got the most players out we've ever had all season, and that's due to ineligible players as well.
Very good point. Very good point. And remind me, because I honestly don't remember who's ineligible today, and is it due to like yellow card accumulations?
No, ineligible because I didn't get signed for the European squad. So that's
Jed Spence, Kinski,
Region, Kinski, and Min Hyuk, and there's 10 or 11 injuries on top of that. As far as I'm aware, Adrian, I saw your post, but as far as I'm aware, Forster got on the plane. He was on the ramp going into the plane.
Yeah, well, then he may start or be on the bench, because Ellie put a question up he said, so Forster starts. And I thought, well, he's going out there, but, Until if he starts, he starts. I've got Austin down to start, but
I'd rather Austin, to be honest. If I've got a choice of both, Adrian, which we will have a choice of both tonight.
Yeah, Forster may be close to fitness, and he might be going as backup to Austin. You know, I mean, I don't know because, like you say, the 10 out. I mean, there's 15 out altogether. If you include, there's 11 injured because Romero didn't travel, so I just put him as out of the squad for today. I don't think Romero travelled. They're talking 7 to 10 days for VDV and Romero, really. But you may see him against Leicester. I'd like him back because he progresses the ball. So,
absolutely.
Tottenham, I've got to go. Tottenham will win today. You heard it here first. Tottenham will win today.
Predicted score?
I can't give you the score at the moment because I'm on another show doing that. But for you two guys, I'm sure you two are going to predict the win today as well. So come on, Tottenham. Do us a turn. Make sure that the Oracle, Colin, and little humble me are all correct in a Tottenham victory today.
Come on, you Spurs.
Have a good show. Enjoy yourselves, lads. Colin, we'll speak soon, yeah?
Yep. Have a good one, buddy.
See you later.
Yeah, mate.
So, Adrian, we talked, and obviously the league is not going very well. Everybody knows it's not a secret, not a surprise. But in the Europa League, things have been a little bit better. I would say a little bit better. Nothing super convincing. All of our performances in the Europa League, wins or not, they haven't been super. They haven't been great performances. So, what are you expecting tonight? I mean, I know that Hoffenheim aren't they're not a juggernaut, let's put it that way, but we have to think about it. I mean, we're 15th in the league right now. I think they're like I honestly don't know what league place they're in their domestic league. Let me check that out real quick. But yeah, I mean, are you worried at all about Hoffenheim? Are you worried about what they've got to offer? It looks like they got Kramerich up front. I remember him from Leicester.
Yeah, even poor sides cause you problems, don't they? I mean, they've won their last league game. That's about all I know. They've struggled a lot. They've got a lot of injuries as well. They like to play an attacking style of football, which will suit us. Right? And we have quality. I mean, I'd say we've got more quality than them. They've got quality players. We've got more quality than them. But because we're down at the bare bones, when you lose a few games, you're in danger of getting in a rut. And no matter what quality you've got in your team, it can be hard. That's what I've gone for, Ryan, actually, 2-1. It can be hard to get out of a rut, and then you can find yourself in free fall, which we're not quite in free fall yet. We're not like losing on the spin. We're sort of getting a result in between these. If you get yourself into a rut, no matter what quality you've got, you can struggle to get out of it. You've really got to dig deep and all that. So I think we got enough to get across the line. That's why I've gone for a narrow score line. If we'd had a fully fit squad going up there, I'd be predicting something like 3-1, 4-1, something like that. Mm-hmm. But it's just hard. I mean, so yeah, I've gone for a 2-1 Spurs win.
That's a pretty safe bet. We have a hard time keeping clean sheets, as everybody is aware. So I think that's probably what I'll go with too, to be honest. So in the Europa League, our performances haven't been quite as convincing as I would like. We have managed to get over the line more times than not. People will argue when we faced, was it Galatasaray? That our toughest opponent so far, we didn't look very good. So we will have to see today. Hopefully we can kind of turn that around, get, like everyone's saying, that winning feeling back at Spurs. But we do have quite a bit of an injury crisis, as Jose mentioned, as you're aware, as everybody's aware. So that kind of leads us to tonight's squad and what we can expect to see. You said that the majority of the team picks itself, you think. You want to go into some detail there?
Yeah, I mean, apparently Forster did travel with the squad, but I think Austin will start.
Please be right.
Obviously, Davis has got to play at left back because we've got no other left back. That only leaves, not Davis. Gray. Yeah. Davies will partner regular Dragusin, and Porro's got to play again. And I just hope he doesn't pick up any injuries because he's been worked to death as well. All right, your central defenders, they don't do as much running as the other players do. So Midfield, we've only got three, really. Three fit. You've got Bergvall, Bentancur and Maddison, which isn't a bad midfield. It isn't a bad midfield at all. And then up front, well, this is where it gets interesting. Because logic would dictate that you went with Son, Richarlison, Kulusevski. But we don't know if Richarlison's got 90 minutes in his leg. He had that role. He came on against Everton. But we don't know if he's got 90 minutes in him. Doesn't mean to say he can't start and you can replace him with a Lancashire or something. But then who's to say Son won't play in the middle and Mikey Moore might play on the left? We know that Kulu's definitely playing on the right. It's the two either side of him that we're not quite sure again. You could even play, you could play Moore on the left, Richie in the middle and Kulusevski and rest Son for Leicester on Sunday.
Honestly, not a bad idea.
Looks like he needs... but I just think that Ange will go for experienced players because he's under so much pressure. So I think it will be Son, definitely Son and Kulusevski on the wings, and I just think that like Richarlison will start, Lancashire will be on the bench, Moore will be on the bench. I mean, I would have no qualms about starting Mikey Moore every game. To be honest with you, that's how highly I rate him.
He's a treat, yeah, absolutely.
And you want him to get more game time under his belt. I mean, Archie Gray, he's played a lot of games. He's played about 24 appearances. So to me, he's another ready squad player now. He wasn't when he first came in.
No, I agree with that.
Recently, fans have seen a bit in him, the driving forward, the long vision, the pass, and the vision he's got. He still loses the ball trying things on, but I don't mind that. Yeah, try something. Take a
Sorry,
gamble.
we're talking Bergvall here, correct? I was spaced out. Okay, yeah. Agreed.
So that I think those two kids have done well. We know that Gray would probably start off better because he come from the Championship, which was a better grounding than where Bergvall came from. So that midfield picks itself. Ange made. Well, he messed up against Everton that first half with a 3-4-3, didn't he?
I was going to ask if you thought that we were going to see anything.
No.
So,
no, definitely
no back three, no more tinkering with everything. I almost think that was Ange saying, "You want me to show you different tactics? You want me to change it up? I'll change it up, sure." And then
I still think he thought he could get the best out of the players playing that system. Look, and you're coming in. I don't care whether kids have been coached from 10 years upwards, right, and used to playing different systems all that time. You're talking about the Premiership. You just can't change things, snap your fingers and change things. You need work on the training ground. And the best time to do that is pre-season, not during the middle of a season. You haven't got enough time. Players are tired now. They're given a day off. They're coming in. They're doing light training only because they're doing 3 days. But when things go wrong, you hear all these rumours about players not happy they're being worked hard in training. That's not true. It's just not true.
Everything I've heard is that training hasn't been much, if any, more difficult than seasons past. And I think it was Ben Davis that came out and had an interview and said so.
Yeah, and we've had the same media speculation under any one of the recent managers that's left the club. Oh, the training, or they don't like the manager and all. All right, we knew we were in there. I didn't get on well with Conte, and he loves Ange actually. So, we'll see what happens in the summer with him because he's down to 2 years in. So is Bentancur, I think, as well.
I suspect Romero might be gone, but that's a conversation for another day. I mean, did you think during the Everton match, did it seem to you like any of the players, and I'm going kind of back in time and kind of getting off script here, but that's fine. Did you think in the Everton match, it looked like any of the players kind of had given up? Do you think there's any room? I've heard rumors of the players like not wanting to play for Ange, that there's 3 or 4 players that aren't happy and that are kind of I don't know. I don't want to say sabotaging things, but
you've played football, Colin. You've played football. I played. I was crap, right back. But when the team are in 3 cup competitions, players want to win silverware. That will keep them motivated. Now, maybe there could be a couple they're only motivated because they're involved in cup competitions. So they're going to keep quiet while they're in. But while you've got a chance of winning something in a season, when the players know they're not going to win the league, they know the best chance is one at one of these 3 cups, right? I believe that will keep them motivated enough. And even if there is 1 or 2 that are disgruntled or whatever. I mean, we know that Richarlison isn't happy because he's not getting game time now. Solanke's here, but he's only just come back from injury. Now it's his turn now, his job now is to make himself undroppable when he's back in the team. If you can't do that, he goes. Personally, what I've seen of him all this time, he's one I would get rid of with Basuma. Forster would go. Even Davis has been a good servant. I'd get rid of him because Davis is not an upgrade. And you want to bring in someone who's an upgrade if you're going to do that with the other defenders, even though we've got Vaskovic, Dorrington and Phillips to bring in the summer.
I think that's going to be huge, by the way. I think one of those three, probably Vaskovic, is going to end up being an absolute monster. And I'm excited for that. I think the club is kind of banking on that too, maybe. But yeah, we'll have to see. Well,
if Romero goes, it'll be two of those three.
Very true. Very true. Davis
as well. If Davis goes as well,
right?
Keeping Davis is the cheaper option, and he'll probably stay. Right, it's the cheaper option, but I mean, look, I like Davis. I'm sort of emotionally attached with him for his loyalty in the time he's been at the club. He's been there over 10 years, and he didn't even play in one of the 3 finals, right? And he still stayed, didn't complain or moan or anything. But you got to look for better to move forward, rather than have more of a sympathetic or emotional tone regarding Davis. Oh, let's keep him. Well, let's get someone in there with a bit more pace, who's left-footed as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Ben Davis is a player that I think kind of gives a lot to this team, and a lot of players. I think it was Archie Gray, in a recent interview was saying that Davis is one of his best friends on the team, and so that's great. I like him there as a mentor. I think that if you're going to have anybody kind of, I don't want to say looking after the younger guys because they don't, they're adults, but looking after the younger guys, I'd like it to be Ben Davis. He seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. He doesn't get into trouble. He's not a party boy. He's not, he's and by all accounts a good dude. And so I like the fact that he is around the players, and hopefully that's rubbing off on them a bit. Guys, we are 7 minutes away from lineups being announced. I'm awfully excited. Well, actually, more like 20 minutes away, but we're getting there. We're getting there, everyone. Dan, real quick, is saying, Colin, my biggest problem is I bring up the Bournemouth example. And then people say to me they have a better squad. I'm sorry. In the summer, did anyone say we're shittier than Bournemouth? No, they did not. Yeah, man, I can't argue with you there. Shit's just not going very well at the moment, and that happens to all clubs, I think.
My only issue, Dan talks a lot of sense. I mean, all the time virtually, and like my only issue with our current situation, people try to conflate other teams with us, even if they've got a similar amount of injuries and things like that. What they fail to mention is the teams like Brentford and Bournemouth and all that are playing 1 game a week, right?
Absolutely.
So we get tiredness and all that. I think Brentford or Bournemouth, one of them, I think they played 9 or 10 games less than us. I mean, so there are too many variables when people try to conflate other teams with us. Listen, I get all the angst with Spurs, the squad, the lack of activity and the transfer window. I get all that, and it's all valid, right? But I don't get it when people compare us with teams that have played less games with us, even if they've got the same amount of injuries. I don't get it because they've had more rest time. And rest we know is very important because how many times have we seen it? Not just Spurs, when other clubs are in European competitions, usually the next game they play, they draw or lose. Or they struggle to perform.
Happens a lot. I mean, it's happened with Spurs a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good point. Very good point there. And Dan, something to chew on. But yeah, I think both you guys have very good points. I tend to agree with Adrian a bit more on that one. Just getting I've noticed that on these shows, I tend to not give my opinion at all. So I'm trying to give mine a bit. And I agree with you, Adrian, that, having to play so many matches on such a threadbare squad, is definitely
a very good point Chris brings up here. Big up,
absolutely.
Chris. Very good point, because they've got to have a big think about this. And also, because we were 2 down, because we didn't have 4 academy trained players that have been with the club 3 years, which means our Europa League squad's down to 23 instead of 25. if we bring in loanees and the foreign players, there's got to be a big think about who goes in that squad. You remember when one fight was left out because we didn't have room for him? You're going to be in that situation. So then we'll see. Well, it depends on who comes in. Like, I believe it'll be loans and loans to buy. If we buy one, maybe. But I just don't think this January is a good time to get players in, personally, for multiple reasons. I mean, I just did it in my post recently. I mean, say fan base likes Jonathan David, half will and half won't, or whatever, right? Say they like him, right? He's on a free transfer in the summer. So now Lille would love to sell him to get something for him rather than end up with nothing. But if I'm Jonathan David, I'm going nowhere. I'm waiting till the summer. Even if I'm not
get that signing on bonus, get that money. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Even if I'm only a player who's valued at 25 million, right? And I don't know what his value is. It would have dropped considerably because his contract situation. So I don't want to sign to anyone. I've got my agent there. So that what I want in the summer is the biggest signing on you. If a club's going to save 25 million on buying me, I want a 10, 15 million pound signing on fee, and I want 250k a week. And clubs will pay that because it's still dearer than going out and buying a player for 30 or 35 million. Right? So they'll pay that. So these links with some of these players like Delap and Kuhnher and all that, I mean, we may well be interested, but they're not players that are moving this time of year. They're not moving at all. And then you've got all the clubs in Europe, home and abroad, that are involved in relegation or winning honours. Those players are not coming. Then you've got players that want to play in Europe. They take one look at Spurs and know, well, the only way we're qualifying for Europe next season is if we're in the Europa League. We'd be lucky to make top 8 where we are now. So, and if that meant we concentrated on the cups and we won one, I'll take that. I mean, I'll take that. I'll take a trophy and no Europe. So...
No, I agree. I would too. Dan says here he understands the extra games, but we haven't played a European game in over 5 weeks. We played the exact same amount of games as Bournemouth has in these 5 weeks. They lost and none. And I think, Dan, you can circle back and go. It is a fair point, but I think you could circle back and you could go to the injuries that we've sustained from having to play these extra games in the past. Even though we haven't been playing, tons of extra games recently, we have been playing some cup games. We have injuries built up because of those matches.
And then it's injuries to key players in positions. We've lost our 2 bench centre backs and a goalkeeper before we brought Kinski in, right? For how many games they've been out? They've been out for so many games. Now, and also your doggy, who's not being in the best form this season, right? Because he came back without pre-season. He was injured. Didn't have a proper pre-season. So just take the 2 centre-backs and a goalkeeper. If you took them best players out of Liverpool's side, Man City's side, and look, Man City lost a couple of key players, and they went on a losing run. Everyone, after we beat them 4-0 away, everyone was, they fell off, they fell off the wagon, didn't they? I mean, but they had still had points on the board before they went through that crisis.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. Switching gears a bit, Wayne says that he does not see the club bringing in any new players to help the manager they claim to be backing. Wayne, I think we'll see 1 or 2 players come in. I really do. It'll be lastminute.com, Levy style, but I do think that we'll get a couple players in.
On there, if you can't get the players you want or ones that fit the profile, then you don't want to be buying players or panic buying. That doesn't mean you don't get anyone in. This is where you look for the loans to buy
panic
and the loan players, right?
Loans. Yeah.
If you take them on loans, and there are big clubs like Barcelona and Juventus that have got big squads, right? If you take them in on loan, it doesn't mean you've got to keep them at the end of the season. And you can do a loan to buy. So the player comes in and they're not sure if he fits the right profile. Well, show us what you can do. Then if you do, we'll buy
we don't have to keep him, because I thought with Werner we acted kind of like we had to keep him. Wink, wink, cough, cough. No, but you're 100% right. I agree. I think it will be loans. Maybe a loan to buy, but I think a loan with an option is more likely, just with Levy and the way, like you said, things are going. If the number one target's not there, why clog the squad? We're finally getting some of the cast-offs away.
Johnny has never spoken a true word. If we get someone, he'll be a number. If they're going to be left field, well, we know that anyway, because where are all these marquee players you used to hear about years ago, Messi and Ronaldo? Where are they? Who are these marquee players now that are out there you could go for? And any marquee player, as Johnny rightly says, will get a left field signing or a no. And I know what he means, because we ain't getting any of them, because they're going to want European football. So you've got to the data analysis has got to be spot on with you bring in. If we do get a Thomas Christensen in, who looks a good player, just got his Danish international call-ups, centre back.
Who's the center back? There's a center back from AC Milan, I think we were looking at, or there was rumored to be.
Samari?
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Would you be okay with
Chelsea.
that?
He's a good defender. 27. He is. He's a good defender.
Some gaps for sure.
So you could get him on a 5-6 year contract, including the options to buy and all the things they put in. Yeah, he would do a job. And if you're not playing, look, clubs out there that with the economy in Europe still recovering, right, from COVID, with clubs out there, if they're not playing players, it makes sense for them to send them out on loan and get something off the wage bill or everything off the wage bill, doesn't it? And even possibly a loan fee on top. And this is what I think this is what would happen. Actually, I think it's the best loans at this time of year. I love the loans to buy. I love them, right? The option to buy, not the obligation, right?
Exactly. Option all day. Yes, obligations get you in trouble.
And then just get the extra bodies in to get us through to the end of the season, and then see if any of these loans are any good or whatever. We might have one player. There might be one that we want to buy. Don't ask me who. There was rumours today that the manager at Juventus is, now that he's got Muani in, that Juventus are looking, if this is true, go for him. They were looking to offload Vlahovic.
That's your man. You've wanted Vlahovic for 2 years.
I would pay all his wages and get him in now and give him a loan fee to get him in, right? And I would want an option to buy as well.
You would pay his wages yourself?
No, I wouldn't pay his wages. But
no, I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you trouble. But while we were talking, look what was released. It is the lineup. Let's get this looked at a little bit here. Let me get this dumb banner out of the way. So I don't know how well you can see that. I can see it pretty good here. But it looks like we've got Austin in goal, which is what we wanted. Pedro Porro on the right. We've got Dragusin, Davis Gray, just like you suspected. Nice work. Midfield three of Bergvall, Bentancur, Madison, just like you suspected. Great work. And then a front three of Kulu, Richarlison, and Son. So, yeah, I don't think that looks bad at all.
No, it's a quality team. If they're fresh, it's a quality team if they're all fresh. Porro, has been worked to death. Gray don't seem to have run out of puff. Sonny's looked knackered recently.
Yeah.
Richarlison, he was sort of running about like he always does when he was back, but he looks fit. Kulu looks knackered. And Madison, it's just a question of inconsistency, isn't it? But
I think Madison will do well. I think it's level of opposition.
But you didn't need, I think everyone picked this 11. It wasn't hard to pick, was it? He's gone. I knew he'd go for experience. That's why I didn't expect Mikey Moore to start.
Yeah, I mean he needs a win tonight. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Do you think a loss puts him in jeopardy? A loss tonight. Do you think Ainge's job is in trouble?
Oh, it'd be awful. It would be awful. A draw at worst, because you win at Elfsborg at home and you're into the top 8. We're going to be in the Europa Cup, whatever happens. But that's no excuse for if we were to lose tonight. If we were to lose tonight, then that would put so much pressure on Ainge. Then I could actually see, if we didn't get a win against Leicester, maybe they'd pull the trigger. I mean, there's other ways to look at it. Although, Jim, he would be under serious threat then. And then, because we don't know, I just hinted at in my post that I did earlier that perhaps Levy's just waiting to see how the results go against. If there's players that fit the profile and he don't want to bring them in and then go, no, I ain't bringing no one in. but then he would still bear the brunt if we did drop into the relegation. So say it went really, really bad. Like, we're all right now. We've got too much quality to be involved. That we're better than other teams there, but we're in a rut, and a rut is hard to get out of. We're in a rut. So no, we should be beating these tonight. Worst way is coming away from a draw wouldn't be awful. I still wouldn't be happy with a draw, and then you've got Leicester at home on Sunday, who we usually do well to, but we've usually done well to lots of teams we should have beat this season. We didn't, so.
100%. I think it all starts here. It all starts tonight. A victory here would get us on the right track, back on the right track.
We're in a critical phase. It reminds me when Potch's job was nearly on the line, the away game at Villa, which we won that time, and then things kicked on. And we've been in these crises before, and usually when we've come out and we've done quite well. In 1991, we were going bankrupt. We win the FA Cup. In 2008, we win the League Cup. We were going through, our league form was dire, right? Following season, Redknapp took over, didn't he? Because our league form was dire. So let's hope we come out of this period firing, get a few players back before we're in a rut and the rot really sinks in, because it can easily happen. If you spiral, you can suddenly find yourself in free fall and like it's confidence. But at least there's been no. I haven't heard of a lot of dissent at a training ground among players and all this, so that's good. But we're in 3 cups. I think that is a saving grace.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that his job is being held together by popsicle sticks, glued together popsicle sticks, and these cups are the reason. Just a real quick statistical overview. I had some stats pulled up here. In the Europa League this season, Tottenham have scored 11 goals, averaging 1.84 per match, and conceded 7, averaging 1.17 per match. And our possession rate stands at 53%, with a passing accuracy of 84%. Those numbers aren't terrible. I didn't pull them up for Hoffenheim because that would be useful, and why would I remember to do that? But no, I like us going into this. Who do you think are? I mean, it's pretty obvious to any Spurs fan, but who are going to be your key players to watch today, Adrian?
I would say, well, I know I will be watching. I mean, I'm always keeping an eye on Bergvall and Gray anyway, just for their progress. But Bergvall away in Europe,
it's huge. It's huge for him. Absolutely, Gray too.
Maddison as well. I want to see him on point. If he's on point, we win the game. That's how good a footballer he is. It's just question his consistency.
Yeah,
you know what you're going to get from Decky, and a sharp Sonny out there. That miss against Everton.
Oh,
he would have buried that in one of them corners, and it
was almost Timo Werner like. That's how bad it was. Yeah. So I don't know if they switch bodies for a second. Have you ever seen that movie?
I want to see Dragerson up his game as well.
Yeah.
Keep it simple passing. You're not you're not Franz Beckenbauer, right? Or Bobby Moore.
Or even Toby Alderweireld.
He's not even Ledley King or Jonathan Woodgate. He's not. He's just.
He's not even Jonathan Woodgate. Oh shit!
Passing has been awful at times. He's been hit and miss, and that's for his.
I mean, you're right. He'll play 3 terrible passes, and then the 4th one will land directly at the feet of the player. Down the pitch. So, he could be a little more consistent.
And his mouthy agent, was it Floriminea or something, saying like, "Oh, he's coming. It'll be a stepping stone from here to Real Madrid." I tell you what, if Real Madrid looked at Dragerson, they're not touching him with a barge pole, mate, until he turns his game around and does something,
And to be fair to him, I think that playing with not a regular partner, playing with somebody who doesn't play center back normally, I think you can give him some grace, give him some room there. But yeah, he does need to improve. His consistency needs to go up. And I mean, we've seen him play good matches. I think that's what's so frustrating, is because we've seen him play well. We know what he can do.
But Matt, you could argue if you was having a part, like if you're part of the fan base that really gets stuck into everything they see as wrong, then you could say, well, hang about, he's 22, centre back, Gray's 18, and out playing him.
Fair, yeah. No, Gray's an amazing player, though. I think that I think as a player all around, I think Gray is leagues better than Dragic. As a central defender, are they going? I think Dragic will probably be the better player there, but I do think Gray's phenomenal. I mean, before we got him, I was clamoring for him. You know how we've got all of our Leeds friends, Jest and all of the crew over there. I was saying from the beginning that I wanted Archie Gray. I wanted him honestly as an inverted right back, but wherever he plays, he's quality. You can tell that he's got footballing pedigree. I love the kid, and
that was go on. That was so frustrating against Everton. When I see the lineup, I'm excited. I thought, oh, Gray's playing as a number 6.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, oh, well, I thought, I hope this works. This 3-4-3, and it didn't. We changed it at half time. Too late then. Yes, Chris.
Chris is saying the 15th in the Bundesliga. So 2 15th place teams playing each other today. Battle of the 15th place teams in their respective leagues. This will be a good one. Big up, Chris. Thanks for those little stats there, my friend. I appreciate it very much. We've got Roundtable Talk, a.k.a. Nick, in here. He's got some ideas for transfers, and he wants the American boys. He says get Tim Way and Anthony Robinson and close the window. I wouldn't, as an American, I wouldn't be too upset with that. What else have we got here? Oh, okay, so danger players to watch out for. I'm on the lookout for this fella right here. I think that we make him the focal point of the attack. I think he scores. I think that if I'm a gambling man, and I am, I should have put a bet on him to score tonight. I didn't, but I still could. I don't know. Do you think we're going to see goals from Richarlison tonight? A goal from Richarlison tonight?
I was thinking it'll be Kulu. I said Kulu and Son.
Okay. Yeah, Kulu. I mean, yeah, that's those are both very safe options. So yeah, Kulu, Son, and then we're going to concede one. You think Austin's not keeping the clean sheet? I don't know. I think we might go for a clean sheet. I'm going for 1-0, and I know that's gonna suck. We're gonna be stressed the entire match, but I think 1-0 is going to be the final score. One more thing here. I wanted to talk about off-field disruptions. You heard, I'm sure, about the fireworks this morning or last night, however you want to look at it. Did you hear all about that?
No, I haven't heard nothing. I haven't heard nothing about that. Is this the usual when teams go abroad, posing fans let off fireworks outside their hotel and things like that?
Yeah, it's pretty common. It's a common thing. But I just wonder how much that disruption is going to play into things today. I'm sure the players have got their sleeping tablets and their, whatever. And I'm sure they probably slept just fine. But yeah, that's just something to think about.
If I was a player, that relaxed me. I'd be laughing my head off. Wouldn't you? If you was in the hotel, you just think, you just laugh because it's just funny. So it's actually put me in an even better mood, right? So like,
absolutely, it is funny. And it's it would make you feel pretty special, I think, that some people went through all of that trouble to try to knock you off your game. So yeah, good point. Very good point. Let's see if I've missed anything good in the chat here. Peter Kagayas is in the chat. I did miss something good. Peter, what's up, buddy? Yeah. Good to see you. Ange in all the way. Come on, baby. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else? Have I missed anybody here? Nick saying fireworks. I didn't hear him. There were some fireworks, buddy. There were some fireworks. And then what else have we got here? I also, lastly, well, maybe not lastly, but we're nearing the end of the show, everybody. Thanks again for joining in to everyone. I just so we've got Adrian's prediction 2-1. I've gone for 1-0. And let's see everybody in the chat. What are your score predictions for tonight? What are you expecting us to do out there? Do you think we're going to get the win to propel ourselves into some winning form and maybe carry that into the league, save Ange's job? Or do you think Hoffenheim are going to have enough? Do you think they're going to put men behind the ball, make it hard for us to score? I don't think that's the case, but we will see. We will see. And then I just thought for funsies, yesterday I made some bets and no one cares. Made enough money to make my credit card payment from gambling and so that was pretty fun. Was working, watching sports. Life was good. I got some crazy bets going in for today. Got parlay for Tottenham, United, and Eintracht Frankfurt to win, $3 to pay out like 15. Then I've got this little guy. I don't know why I picked Eintracht Frankfurt to win again. That's gonna bone me. I know it will. Eintracht Frankfurt, Ajax, and I don't even know how to pronounce that last team, but I've got them 3 to win. Pay out like $7. And then here's my wild one. I like to do these kind of crazy $1, biggins. FC20, Anderlecht, Roma, Porto, Ajax, and PAOK. All at $1 to win $113.96. So if I win any of those, I'll let you guys know. Let's see if we've got any score predictions in the chat here. Chris Peters says 3-1 Spurs. Nick Roundtable Talk says, is this going to be a watch along? Unfortunately not, sir. I have work in about 45 minutes, but I will be streaming the game for people to watch. So if you need a link, let me know. I'll let you know via WhatsApp where you can find that. Back to scores. Pete says, if we had our full squad and we were in this predicament, I'd be first to kick Ange out. Damn, Pete. No, that's awesome. Pete gets it tough sometimes. And Pete, I don't like talking about people when they can't talk back, but I'm not saying anything bad. Pete is Australian, and he is a fan of Ange Postecoglou, and he kind of gets the short end of the stick sometimes. People are asking him questions, do you support Spurs or do you support Ange? And it's clear that Pete supports Spurs and Ange. This message here, this comment here is a great one. I agree, Pete. Big up, dude. What else we got? Ryan G saying, I hope you batter Leicester at the weekend. We need the favor. Come on, you Spurs. Hey, man. Yeah, too bad we don't have the Flying Dutchman. I was watching clips from that the other night. Do you remember the match where Steven Bergwijn scored twice within, I don't know, what was it, Adrian?
A minute.
Yeah, to win us that match. That was incredible. Hopefully it doesn't come down to the final minute or final seconds again this weekend. But yeah, Nick Roundtable Talk says he's with Chris, 3-1 Spurs. And that's all the scores so far. Anybody else, if you want to get your scores in before we end the show today? It's been a short one, but it's been really good to be back. Haven't done this for a while, and it's really, really nice to see everyone. Everyone's bigging each other up. Ryan G says Spurs 2-1. Big up, Ryan. Big up, Ryan G. And what else have we got? Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Chris Peters for becoming a member of the Patreon. Big up, Chris Peters. Hold on, this looks neat. George Way is saying he was a Tottenham fan. Was a proud moment in my life as a Tottenham fan. George Weah, the only African to win the Ballon d'Or. Hey. I'm not sure how good his son is. Have you heard much about his son, Adrian? Tim?
No.
I think he played for PSG for a while, I believe. Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be a good player. Is he going to be as good as his dad? No. But might be something worth looking at some point. So, Roundtable Talk says Spurs by 11-2. I don't know what that's a reference to, but 11-2 for sure. And then look at this. Nick's giving us some info on Tim Way, saying he's really good. He's at Juve with McKennie. Oh, nice. Got some Americans there, another American there to keep him company.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
We were linked with Weston McKennie at one time.
Absolutely. And I wanted him, and I thought he would be great. I'm still not sure he wouldn't be. But guys, that is about time. I will go ahead and end this awkward stream. Again, thank you, everybody.
You got a link to me anywhere?
Oh, in just 1 second, I will. Sorry about that. See, it's been too long. But it'll take me half a second.
Spurs Dial's about 45 members away from 1K.
Holy shit!
Jose's playing on a 1K now, so get over to Jose as well. Yeah, this is where you'll find us.
And let me get Jose pulled up too.
Well, and get him up to a K as well.
Boom! Absolutely, guys. Please do so. Here is Jose's link as well. So yeah, guys, check out Jose right here. He's almost to the 1,000 mark. Let's help him get there. And then here is Adrian and Co's channel, Spurs Diehard CTID. Please go there and subscribe also. Ryan G says, good to see you back. Great stream. Hope to see you back ASAP. I'm going to be back regularly now. It is very good to be back. And Adrian, I just wanted to thank you again for being on the show.
Anytime.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, guys, that is it. We are going to end this one. I hope everybody has a lovely day. And again, if you are in the giving mood, pinned in the chat is the link to the Patreon. No longer have YouTube members. So if you want to support the channel through the Patreon, there is the link pinned. And then at the very top of the link, and I'll actually throw it in here, is this thing called Buy Me a Coffee. It's pretty cool. You can just do little one-time donations if you so wish.
And where can people find the link if they haven't got a link to the game?
So I can't say that. Just WhatsApp me. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. But if you WhatsApp me, I can get you a link to the match as well. So yeah, everybody, thanks again. I will end this party. And again, everyone, just have a wonderful day. Be good to yourselves. Be good to others. And come on, you Spurs. Adrian, any last words, buddy?
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. And then I made a special thing for this. Let me get this. And we will see everybody next time.
My direction, more than 40 shots struck my house. One of those bullets pierced flesh and released my soul. I know we can't control what is destined, but this is vengeance. Sacrilegious tendencies become